chat if you like as well, to say hello to each other. And I must tell you that every day after we finish our sessions, I read through the chat. I don't have time to read through it when it's happening, but it's fun to read what you're saying to each other. And you certainly have fun, some of you. Certainly the Yiddish food song was quite, triggered some lovely thoughts and maybe some nice cooking that evening for you. Some of you were just salivating for herring. I don't know how many of you did have herring that evening, but I didn't. Right, hi everyone. So you can see that Jonathan there in the chat is saying hello to everyone. He's helping us today as moderator. So can get your picture up? Yes, well, I can't help with the pictures, but hopefully you can figure it out. Another 2 minutes. Sima, good to see you. Samantha, good to see you. Julia, hello. Can I record this? Is it available? Right, so what I usually do, I record this video, that whatever is on my screen gets recorded, and then I put it on my web page, that web page where you found the number for today's meeting. And if you scroll down, there is a list of videos. There's basically a link to a playlist on YouTube where you can go and actually look at any session we've done so far. So you can go from the very first session all the way to yesterday's. And today, about an hour after we've done this session, it'll be online on my website. Yes? Many familiar faces. Yes. Yes, Jonathan, thank you very much. Now it's 6 o'clock. I guess that's us for today. So I will be joined by Merlin Shepherd in a few minutes, and we will play some tunes for you. But I would like to start with a Russian song as people are still arriving, a Russian song that is one of these Russian art songs, a Russian romance. I don't know if some of you have heard about Russian romance. Certainly those Russian speakers, native Russians, they know that specific genre, a wonderful genre of Russian singing, which is more like aristocracy getting together in their homes and playing and singing soulful, emotional songs to each other with a bit of a gypsy touch sometimes. And the music was a combination of classical music, like think Schubert, think Schumann, Lieder, and Russian lyrical songs from the village. So it's a lovely combination of melodies. And the song that I'm going to start with, and today is a little concert and the sing-along at the end. The song I'm going to start with is a Russian art song written by Pashkov. The name is "Не уезжай ты, мой голубчик." Don't go, my lovely one. My life without you is so sad. Give me a promise just before you go that you will not forget me. Tell me, oh, tell me that you love me. Tell me that you love me. When I don't see you for a long time, I walk around in my own thoughts, in sadness. And when I cannot hear you talking, you speaking, it seems to me I'm not living. So tell me, my love, that you love me. Не уезжай ты, мой голубчик, печально жить мне без тебя. Дай на прощание обещание, что не забудешь ты меня. Скажи ты мне, что любишь меня, что любишь меня. Скажи ты мне, что любишь ты когда речей твоих не слышу.
What? Yes, I'm reading them. Leave me to do it.
Что не живу. Скажи ты мне, что любишь меня, что любишь меня. Скажи ты мне, что любишь ты меня. Скажи ты мне, что любишь меня, что любишь меня. Скажи ты мне, что любишь ты меня. I can actually hear your applause. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jonathan. That's lovely. So now let's invite Merlin Shepherd to a wonderful stage here. This is Merlin.
Hello, everyone. Hey. Hey there. Hey, Merlin. Hey.
What it looks like, but look at this.
This is amazing. If you're all stuck at home in self-isolation, and these joints that are aching and stiff, I brought you some of this WD-40.
Oh yeah. You're mute. No sound.
I don't know if they heard you.
And gaffer tape.
Yeah.
If you're falling apart.
So we're going to play a klezmer tune straight away, and then so Merlin, look, we have 3 pages of people's faces here. Look who we have.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, look, you know some of these people.
I do.
That's whom I see almost every evening. It's fantastic. So now go back to us and let's play a tune.
D minor, the saddest of all keys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we have 63 people. How good is that? Wonderful. We are keeping at this pace of 65, 60, 67, 63 people every evening. Fantastic. Please keep sharing, keep coming back. Merlin, when are we going to tell them the Al Pacino story? Later. You. you, I wasn't there. So, you know.
Well, I don't know if we are.
No, why not?
Well,
please.
it's dangerous.
Please.
It's very dangerous.
Later.
Maybe.
Save it for later.
Maybe.
It is a true story. Merlin did meet Al Pacino himself. The Al Pacino. I know people are talking here. Jonathan, you're taking care of this. Yes, thank you very much. So the next tune will be a Russian folk song about a journey, about a path through the field. Now I've closed that page. Some of you have sung it in my choirs. Some of you have heard me singing this tune. And, you know, I was going through this book this morning thinking, you know, this book is made in 1973, the year I was born. And I think I've taught maybe half of these songs to you. And now I'm going to this song about a path through the field that has overgrown by grass, and there is no more way to come back. Whether the reason is that the person who has left is in prison in Siberia, or somebody has died, we don't know. But it's one of these sad Russian songs where nobody dies, so we kind of call it a happy Russian song. But the tune is quite slow and meditative. Let's go. Ой, да тули да молодым да горьким, ай, горьким осинничкам ее заломала, ой, да заломала. той да подорожнике, да по той дорожке. Ой, да не проехать, не пройти. Ой, да не проехать, не пройти.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Beautiful. It's lovely.
Bravo.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, yes. So, is this time now?
Is it time for what?
Telling the story. You stretch it. You can play another tune.
I'll tell the tune when I'm ready. Not
Okay.
a second before.
Okay. You see, I'm so impatient, but you know what? It's probably a good idea to keep your attention a bit longer.
Particularly seeing as how unimportant a story it really is.
It's really
But Polina is bigging it up, and I'm embarrassed to tell a story that's so insignificant. But however, let's see what happens.
So, should we play another tune?
Yes.
So, let's play a klezmer tune. Should we play a klezmer tune?
I don't know any klezmer tunes.
Come on. This is Merlin Shepherd, one of the top klezmer clarinetists in Europe, maybe in the world. So, what are we going to play? I'm seeing different people here in front of me.
Give me a second.
I'm muted. I am unmuted. So you can see me, right? You can see me. Yes, good, good. We are 19 minutes into the session. Is it a good thing?
Yeah. It's a good
Here we go. Merlin met Al Pacino. Now, I will tell you about Boris Yeltsin, but some other time. Nothing beats meeting Al Pacino.
Well, it wasn't the most extraordinary meeting, but it was a meeting of two extraordinary people. Now,
You mean you?
My friend Al, my very close and dear friend Al Pacino, was making a film called Finding Richard. Has anyone heard of this film? Finding Richard. It's a documentary about him learning to talking to many different actors about playing Richard III. And part of his making of the film in the documentary was interviewing people all over the world and including in London. At the time, I was working for the Royal Shakespeare Company on a production of the Dybbuk, and I was playing clarinet in the show. And he was interviewing several of the actors in the other show, which I think at the time was Richard III at the Royal Shakespeare Company. And I was warming up for the show. I was playing clarinet in the corridor, and the entire building was freaking out because Al Pacino was in the building, and all the dressers and all the actors all put on clean underpants to come in that morning, just in case. And I was and everybody was chasing him and trying to meet him, and I just happened to be standing in the corridor, warming up at the Barbican in the corridor, and who walks by? Al Pacino walks by, and he stands this close to me and listens for about a whole minute. And I just looked at him and nodded, and he nodded back, and I'm warming up and playing away. And then when I stopped, he leaned forward and said, "Nice clarinet playing. I'm Al." I said, "Hi, Al, I'm Merlin," and we shook hands, and that was the end of it.
He actually introduced himself.
That was the end of the story. That's it.
It's better than I can tell.
Yeah, but you met Yeltsin.
I met Yeltsin and his wife. Yeah. So that was a fun story. I think what did he look like?
He looked exactly like Al Pacino.
Small, short.
Small, Italian looking. Just like Al Pacino.
Okay, that's
no different
interesting.
from how he does in the films.
So,
Polina, it's Jonathan.
Yes.
So just so you're aware, when I mute everybody after the applause, it also mutes you. It's probably quicker if you then unmute yourself rather than me try to find you in the list and unmute. So just at the end of the applause, I'll mute everybody. You hit your unmute and we'll be good.
Thank you very much. Great. Okay. So maybe we should, I think it's time now to sing that song that I sent to you this afternoon. So I don't know if you all downloaded that file, but maybe I can share it with you here. And also I know that Jonathan has, oh yeah, here we go. There's the file right here. Yeah, you can see it? You can see the text, yeah? So Jonathan, we need it a bit lower so people can see the top of the text as well. I know this song from my early childhood. I saw this film when I was a tiny little girl. The film already existed when I was born. So I actually fell in love with the main character, who was this wonderful Russian guy called Maxim. And the film was about this Maxim being a great hero. And he sang this tune that I liked, that as a child I just sang along. And later, when I was getting into Yiddish music, I discovered that people who sing Yiddish songs thought that it was a Yiddish tune. So it exists both as a Russian folk tune and as a Yiddish folk tune. And also it's sung in Poland as a Polish song from slightly later times, from the beginning of the 20th century. And I know that people from both my Russian and my Yiddish side know it. I don't know any Polish people who know it in person, but if you do know someone, let me know. I'd like to see how well known that song is in Poland as well. The tune is short and simple, and I invite you all to just join me in singing. We don't have time to actually speak through text today, but I will sing the first two verses in Russian, and the first two, basically how it is on the file: a Russian verse, a Yiddish verse, and a Yiddish verse. So you will be looking at Cyrillic if you read Cyrillic, or you'll be looking on your right at Latin transliteration for Russian. And then you may want to switch to Yiddish on the left. Wo ist das Gesele, wo ist das Stib? Right? So, where is that street? Where is that house? Where is the maiden to whom, for whom I have love? Where is the little street? Where is the house? Here it is, and here is the maiden I love. The Russian verse says a blue ball, meaning the earth maybe, is rolling around. And maybe it's also a balloon, but nobody can tell. Some people also think that it's not a shar, which is a ball, a globe. It's a sharf, which is a scarf. Maybe somebody was saying goodbye to a train and waving. So there are versions where people saying sharf, голубой, instead of shar. It's so either a shar or a sharf, either a balloon or the globe is turning. And a young man wants to steal a young lady. Where is that street? Where is that house? Where is that woman I love? And then we go the same text as in the Yiddish. And the tune goes like this. Why don't we play the tune? Крутится, вертится шар голубой, крутится, вертится над головой, крутится, вертится, хочет упасть. Кавалер барышню хочет украсть, крутится, вертится, хочет упасть. Кавалер барышню хочет украсть. Где эта улица, где этот дом, где эта барышня, что я влюблен? Вот эта улица, вот этот дом, вот эта барышня, что я влюблен. Вот эта улица, вот этот дом, вот эта барышня, что я влюблен. Wo ist das Gesele, wo ist die Stimme? Wo ist das Mädel, wo sie geblieben? Wo ist das Gesele, wo ist die Stimme? Wo ist das Mädel, wo sie geblieben? Wo ist das Gesele, wo ist die Stimme? Dos Mädel, wo sie geblieben. Nein, 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 nein.
great, great.
Unmute myself. You're great. Jonathan had said I can't unmute myself because you muted me. Can we go back to seeing everyone's faces, please? Lovely. So it's now 6:30, and we're going to sing the La 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 one more time together to finish our session. We had 71 people today, which is a record. So please keep coming, keep joining us. And tomorrow there'll be a Russian song. The day after there'll be a Yiddish song, and then a Russian, and then a Yiddish, and then maybe another little concert. What do you think? Do you know any more tunes?
I don't know any more tunes.
I don't know any more songs.
Really?
We'll sing the same again.
Do
we'll
something
think of something. Maybe then I will tell you about my Boris Yeltsin, my Boris Yeltsin story. So we're going to finish with the same tune again, and after that, I'll be looking forward to tomorrow's meeting. Now, I do read your chat after our meeting, so if you want to say something, please say. If you have any questions, please ask or write to me via my website. Let's go again. Can we go up a tone? No, it's
yes, we can
good key.
Let's go up a tone.
Up a tone?
Yeah.
Okay, for some of these with higher voices. La la la. Merlin Shepherd on the show, and truly yours, Polina Shepherd. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Russian session.
Yeah.
Bravo. Bravo. Yay.
So,